who are around me, they know that these days I'm on a shopping spree, and I'm buying all of these silk saris or whatever, and they're all only to be worn once and then to be given out again. So if any of you in the last 4 or 5 webinars, the saris that I've been wearing, if any of you likes the saris, please let me know, and I will tell you, what to give it away for, and what all are the. There are lots of faults with these saris if you look at the faults, because these are all the category of pre-loved saris, and Maniji has told me to buy 100 of these. So in the last 1 month, I bought 100 of these, and now they're going to go to different people as saris which now belong to me, have my energy. And so, over the next few weeks, over the next few months, keep watching, and whatever you like, you let me know with a picture on one of those YouTubes or whatever, whichever sari that you like, and I'll tell you, because they're really, really cheap. And that's what is going to go to everybody out. Everything that's affordable, but now comes with my energy. So this is the guidance from Maniji, and I thought, yeah, hi, Supi, and
I want one.
and hi, little Supi, Rupali. Hi, how are you? All right. So every time, you see me in one of these fun saris of silk or something, let me know. These pre-loved ones are coming to me at 1,500, 1,800, and they're pure silk. So everybody and anybody can afford them. And some of them are even coming at, I don't know, 1,000 and thousands and stuff like that. So it's affordable, but just if you think that, you want to get a sari, but also, well, this one is now mine. It comes with my energy. I think that's why money is making me buy 100 of them. 100 of them. Why am I even buying 100 saris? And I was like, can I just stop now? And no. There were 100 last month, and now the number has gone up to 115. So now I understand कि सबको भेजने का है, whatever I'm wearing, and then after that, it can go off to everybody else. So yes, I will be doing that. And thank you, Kanupriya, for whatever guidance you've received. I look forward to, receiving whatever you have received. All right. So now let me see. Let me at least just put myself on YouTube. There we go. Okay. Let me start off. Just a second. I have to change the view, because otherwise we can see many people out there. And yes, I think now we are good to go. All right. Okay, everybody. All right. So hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to, let me still adjust this to be comfortable for me. Yes, this is now very comfortable. Okay, so hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to today's session. So today's session, the topic is quite fun. It's not going to take very long, because we pretty much all of us sign into money frequencies all the time. And yet, there is this line which I keep signing off and saying and putting down many places and all of that. And so today, just the dissection of that line. What do I mean when I say Om money, on money, okay money, I am money? So a story from a long time ago comes to tell, just for fun. So there was a time when I was, just starting to understand that it is money that is guiding us on this path. Before this, when somebody would ask me, like, who do you receive these answers from? And money hadn't shown up, and he hadn't basically shown up in to tell me the answer that, oh, it's me who's coming to you. And so I was clueless as to where all of these answers, these beautiful answers, where were they coming from? And so I would just use this word like, oh, there are some guys upstairs. There are some guys upstairs who sent me the answers. And so the term I used to use was GUs. Guys upstairs, some guys upstairs who give me the answers, and the answers are beautiful, and they're sorting out everything. So I don't know. Then there was a time when I had a workshop in Delhi. And somebody came to me after the workshop was done, and it was the second day. And she says, as soon as I went back home, I started to receive poetry. And I've never been a poet, and I've never even understood poetry. But since yesterday to now, I have received from 20, 30 poems, and I don't understand. And I laughed and I said, I used to know one poet, and that poet was money. And that was my father in this life, but he is gone a long time ago. I used to live in this idea of there is death and that's the end of the person. That's how we all come to from unaware spaces. And I hadn't understood the concept of death by then. So I said, well, I only used to know one poet, but he is gone a long time ago. And she came to me the next day and she says, yeah, who did you say this money was? And I said, yeah, money was my father, but he's been gone for a long time. And she says, no, I received a poem yesterday from money. And he says, I am money, and I am the one that is leading you all. I am the one that is guiding you on this path. And now you go and tell Meenal that. You go and tell Meenal that. And then when she came and told me that, it was like all the neural networks kind of got put together, because I was like, Arey, what an idiot. I mean, I could almost see, and especially because I knew what Mani's life has been all about. Mani's life was simply a life lived in miracles already. Even when he was in this life, he was constantly channeling. He was already receiving guidances. He would receive guidances from Shiva, and whatever issues that he had or whatever he was facing in this life, he would just simply, raat ko sote samay, he would just simply put put a question and put it in the temple and say, okay, now Shiva will give me the answer. And in the night, he would receive some answer. And in the morning, he would get up and say, okay, I think I have to find this person called Mr. Sharma or whoever. I received this name last night in my guidance. So I knew all of this, that yes, Mani was a highly guided person and all of that. Yet, he was gone, he was dead, and he was no longer here. And that was my understanding of Mani as the body, that he was a father to me, and then the body is gone, the father has left the body, and now that's it. That's all there is to Mani. Except when he came to this other person, and then she said, no, I have received a poem. And the poem says, I'm the one guiding you. And that's when I was like, how did I not put two and two together for so long? I should have known, I should have. But that's how we are when we operate from the body space. And then I began to understand money as the frequency. Money as the frequency, a lot more, a lot more. And so today I understand that, yes, the body has left. And guess what is remaining? Forever and ever. What is eternal? It is the frequency that he carried. And from that space, mind you, my journey has been going on for 10 years. So the first time that I heard that money was the one guiding us, I was filled with a lot of doubt. It wasn't this easy. Today, when I speak to you and I understand what is money, who is money, and I'm able to thank money as well, money the father and money the frequency. Today, I come from a very different space, but this is my journey over the last 10 years. As a matter of fact, the first time I visited Kolkata, and many of you have seen that video of mine and read about my experiences in Kolkata. And I came back from Kolkata and I was told, start telling everyone to be in the frequency of Meenal and tell everybody to say this. I take energy from Meenal. I am Meenal. And I was filled with so much judgment for the name. I was filled with so much judgment for the name, saying, why does everybody has to say, I am Meenal? Isn't everybody already energy? Why do people have to take my name? What is so special about my name? Oh, now, am I going to go out promoting my brand as like, you have to say I'm Meenal, otherwise, So I was so filled with judgment, because I only understood Meenal to be this body, and that now I say to Meenal, that I am Meenal. And you say to yourself, I am Meenal. How much of a self-promotion advertisement is that? So I didn't like the idea at all. And I had to work through, even through those, I had to work through all my judgments, and only then to understand myself as energy. And that when I am actually truly coming from the space of oneness, then I understand that indeed the name Meenal doesn't mean anything. It just means the energy that I am. The place from where I take the energy is what is being handed over to others. Why? Because it's their energy as well. It doesn't belong to me. It definitely doesn't belong to this body. And so understanding of energies will bring you to a far deeper understanding, a far deeper knowing of who you are. And so today, when we begin with understanding what is it that we say when we say Om Money. Money not being a person. Yes, being a person because he comes and talks to us. But actually, in this room, most of the people, probably me and a few other people, have actually known money when he was still alive. Very few people have known. And yet, money comes to you and talks to you. And it's your own personal private conversation with you. And he guides you in whichever way the guidance is needed. And you all have so many different names for him. Some call him Baba, some call him Papa, some call him Uncle, some call him Mani Ji, Mani Bhai. Whatever it is that you're calling him, you all know who that money is that is coming and giving you answers. Who is that money? The money is the frequency of guidance. And so when you say, I take energy from Meenal, and now I'm talking to money, Om Money, Om Money. In Meenal's frequencies, guidances come easily. And so what are you tapping into as you sit in this frequency? You're able to tap into the energy of answers, the place, the space where all the answers already exist. And that takes a voice and comes and speaks to you. And you feel so much love for that voice, for that energy. And you say, Om Money, Om Money. Om, the salutation that we give, the honor that we give to the frequency, not just to money. Om Namah Shivaya. Who is it that we are saluting? We are saluting this energy that is Shiva. Whenever we say, Om to anything, anyone, it's the salutation of honor. It is the salutation of deep respect, deep love, deep joy, deep honor that we are chanting the name of something, someone. Many people will understand this now that you have come, in association with me. And many of you have also done the Expect Miracles program. And over there, you receive this. One day, Mahendraji will come and say, Om Mitali. Say to yourself, Om Rachna. You don't have to know these people. You don't have to know anybody at all. But to understand that whatever you are being said to chant, that Om is simply the salutation, the honor that you give to that frequency. And that frequency might be something that you need to still complete your journey, to complete your experiences. And so we don't have to understand what exactly is it that I'm oming to, but to know that whatever is going to complete you even more, even more. So when you say Om Money, whatever it is that you are oming, you are saying Om, you are acknowledging, you are saluting to the frequency of guidance, the frequency of guidance that in this moment you are tuned into, the frequency of guidance that holds the answers for you. And now you are honoring that frequency of guidance and becoming one with that frequency. You're becoming one with that frequency. But firstly, even before you can become one with that frequency, what you have to do is to honor that frequency that right now is on the outside, but also on the inside as well. Each time that you say, Oh Money, it is your own frequency of guidance that you're acknowledging and honoring. Each time that you say Om Namah Shivaya, it is your frequency of non-judgment that you are honoring, acknowledging, because Shiva is a frequency of non-judgment. Any of those so-called divine forces that we bow to, that we honor, all of those divine forces simply are representing a frequency. And that is the frequency that we get to honor when we say Om Mani, Om Meenal. And sometimes we say Om, your own name. Your own name. Why? Because that is the acknowledgement and honor to yourself that you are giving when you say Om to your own name. Om money. Okay, so that's the Om money piece. And then we come to the place of on money. On money. Yeah. So fun, because on this path of ease and grace, the one frequency that we constantly keep reminding you of is the frequency of surrender. The frequency of surrender that belongs to us, but it's all about right now. Sometimes when we say, okay, I surrender, I sit in a place of giving up. Like, I don't know the answer to this. Okay, I surrender. No, the frequency of surrender is all about being in joy. The frequency of joy as you give in to the universe. So when I say on money, I recognize that, yeah, whatever is happening, the outcomes and the events and everything that is happening outside of me, it's not on me. I don't carry the burden. I don't carry the burden of the outcomes. I don't carry the burden to take it to some place. I don't carry the burden of anything at all. These shoulders sit light because everything that is happening is on money. And with that, on money, everything on money, it's on money. And I let go of all of these, the heavy feelings, the ones that weigh me down, the ones that weigh my shoulders down. What is going to happen to this? What do I need to do about this? What do I need to do about this? Nothing. Just surrender. Because everything then will happen in perfection. As a matter of fact, it is already happening in perfection, just that we can't see the perfection of it. Why? Because right now we are running with the idea of on me, on me. And who is this me? We are not looking at the on me in a larger space as the on me in the energies. No, no. On me in the body. The responsibility of my 2 children is on me. The responsibility of carrying this workplace is on me. The responsibility of looking after my old parents is on me. And when it's on me, this body. I haven't seen the energy. If I was to see the energy, I would be able to see the Shiva in everything, in everyone, the costume on everyone, the play, the story on everyone. But can't see it, because when it's on me, I'm in the role of a child, of a parent, in the role of a office goer, whatever that office might look like, my business, my future, all of that is on me. And so when I say on money, I take off that costume and I simply am able to hand it over to money. Whatever is happening in my life is on money. In that one sentence of surrender, totally coming to the lightness and being able to see the perfection of no matter what the outcome is, it is perfect. And so, Om money, on money. Then coming to the place of okay money. Okay money. Money shows us the path. Money is giving us guidance. And we can't accept it because it's not going as per what I want the outcome to be. I have surrendered, and many a times this is how surrender takes place. Okay, money, I've surrendered to you. Now make this happen. Well, firstly, it's not surrender. But as we do that as well, have we accepted? Have we truly accepted everything that money is going to give to us? Have we accepted it with joy, with acceptance? So this okay money is all about being able to look into the acceptance part of it. I accept and I take with love because okay money, I get it. It's on you and you know better than I do. You know, whatever the large picture is, I am barely able to look into the next hour, forget the next moment, the moment therein, the manifestations that I'm creating every now and then. In every moment, I'm barely able to keep my awareness there, but I know that whatever you are seeing, whatever you are giving to me as guidance, even whether it is what I like or I don't like, but I am okay with it because I know that you, the universal intelligence, the frequency of guidance, is going to take me to a place where I can empty my pot. I empty my pot more and more as I come into acceptance of everything that is, more and more. And as I come into this place of acceptance of all that is around me, there is peace within me more and more. And so, Om money, on money, okay money. Okay money, I accept and I allow. I flow with whatever is. I accept all outcomes. I accept all outcomes with a light heart, with the responsibility being on you, because I don't know what everybody else's journey looks like. I don't know what my journey looks like, but I know what my frequency of guidance looks like. And the frequency of guidance, the job of the frequency of guidance is not to give us exactly what we want. No, as a matter of fact, its main purpose is to empty us of all our wants, to empty us of each want, whether it is about the self or it is about anybody else, whether it is related to my job or my family or my home or anything. The main part of guidance, the main job of guidance is to empty us, And from that empty space, some manifestations will happen. But as everything manifests in every moment, the moment we sit in fear, manifestation is from fear. As we sit in the frequency of guidance, the manifestation is from the frequency of guidance. And the manifestation will sometimes take us to really unwanted spaces. We don't want to go there. We don't want to do that. Oh no, we would be called foolish if we do that. But then when we sit in the place of okay money, this is what you are saying to me, I understand. I'll give you one example. This example you guys have heard 100 times from me, but when I was asked to give away my house, when I was asked in guidance that, okay, you have this house, it costs 7 crores, and now you have to give it away. The fears didn't come to me, that the fear of, okay, I will not have money for myself, or the fear of something. Those fears of money didn't come to me. And for that, I'm very thankful to my energies of abundance that already exist and keep guiding me. But a fear of judgment did come to me. A fear of what others will say, a fear of what my husband will say when I take this step, or at least I have to go to him to take this step because the house largely belongs to him. How can I give away something that belongs to him? He's put in the 6 crores, my 1 crore have probably gone in over there. And how do I go and even say that? He's going to call me foolish. He's going to say, "Dimag kharab ho gaya hai tumhara." So that judgment, the judgment did come to me. And in that space, to be able to say, okay, money, because that okay has to come from a complete acceptance of that action that is being required of me. And I don't know where that action is going to take me, but if money has said so, and I wasn't thinking of giving away something like that, but money has come to me in guidance and told me that, then that must be the moment of now. It must be that he can see much more of what I cannot see, that by doing this, how much will I empty myself of wants and desires and attachments to things material. Because when I attach myself to anything that belongs on earth, attach myself to any piece of jewelry, bank account, something that a house gives to me, so-called security. But when I attach myself to anything, as a matter of fact, what am I only attaching myself to? To fear frequencies, to frequencies of fear. And so to let go of even that fear, that no, I must have something that is a part of security for me, part of my future. When I give that away, that's bringing my emptying of my energies to another level, to yet another level. And it's an amazing level to be sitting in that freedom. But I know of so many people who've actually said, this woman, she gave her house away. Oh, I don't think I want to say I'm Meenal. Because what if tomorrow in the guidance, I'm asked of the same thing? I don't want to follow that kind of guidance. And so I understand where they're coming from. They're saying to money, no, money, that's not okay, money. And so the acceptance of all that is that comes to you in guidance is where you go with, okay, money. And I understand that you might or might not be in a place of leaving that kind of attachment. And I only remind you, money is a guidance frequency. It will only ask you to take that leap of faith, the leap that is possible. So I'm actually honored that money thought that it was possible for me to give away a house. And so for that reason, he gave me that next step and I was able to follow through. What if I hadn't followed through? What if I didn't say okay, money to that? What if I said no, money, not okay? Well, it's okay. It's okay to not be okay, but to understand that the guidance came to give us the gift of the farthest, the gift where we cannot even imagine what the gift is going to be, the gift of limitlessness. And so we continue to limit ourselves a little bit by using the mind and by sitting in fear frequency. Is it wrong? No, absolutely nothing is wrong. Everything is simply an experience. I gave away the house. I gave away the bank account, as in, everything that was sitting in the bank account. And money one day said to me, okay, now you don't need to go to hospitals anymore. There is no need for you to go to a hospital anymore. And I asked, why? Why, what if I fall sick? He says, no, all the money that you had stored for the future. Oh, I might need this to go to the hospital. I might need this when I'm unwell. I might need this for when I become old and blah, blah, blah. All of that money that you had saved up for those rainy days, you've given away because we asked you to give it away. And you've come down to zero in your bank balance. But from that space, when you get sick, when something happens, we will be the ones to heal you. Because on our saying so, in the frequency of guidance, you have given away all of those things of fearful nature and you've listened to guidance. Now the guidance frequency is going to heal you. And so beautiful has this journey been, because without even knowing, without understanding much of what was being given to me, when I gave away those things, I actually brought in those superpowers of healing frequencies. And, many of you have heard these stories of how my triple fracture, how my triple fracture has got healed in 3 days, how my jaundice has got healed in 3 days. 4th day, I was out there, having drinks with my friends, and people are like, no, how is this even possible? Well, it is possible because it is no longer the frequency of fear. Those frequencies went away, and they brought in these frequencies that don't belong to the earth. On earth, you have to sit with, oh, I need to go to the doctor and the doctor is going to heal me. And sometimes when we give away those frequencies of fear and insecurities, we tune into these frequencies of joyfulness where we know my body possesses all the healing that I need to tap into. I possess the healing, and without even my knowledge of it, the knowing automatically heals. Why? Because now the knowing frequencies have been expanded. When the fear frequencies have been given away, the fearless frequencies have expanded. When the knowledge frequencies have been given away, the knowing frequencies have expanded. When the limited frequencies have been given away, the limitless frequencies have expanded, and that space we begin to claim more and more. Do I need to know how to heal myself each time? No, I have to have no idea of how to heal myself. Why? Because when I sit in the knowing frequencies, the answers will come. And those answers will come when I have emptied my frequencies of fear. And I'm constantly tapping into the frequencies of guidance. The guidance will give me the answer as to what to do, whether even to bother to heal or to let it be. Let the body stay as it is. When we have to go one way or another. And so enjoy as the body is giving itself away. Be in the frequency of masti, even as the body is giving away. Okay, money. That's when I say, okay, money. whatever it is, the answer that comes to us in the frequency of guidance, to be able to accept that guidance and simply move and flow with it. Om money, on money, okay money. And when we do this all the time, well, most of the times, this is not a race. This is not a race that you have to, okay, I have to do this every day. And if I don't do it, then I have failed. Then this is not going to happen to me. I am not going to get to where I'm supposed to get to. This is not a race to get to any place. This is a daily journey. And whenever you sit in the frequency of guidance, as many times as you sit in the frequency of guidance, you will be shown the answer. And whenever you're shown the answer, you will always have the choice whether to move with it or to move in another place, to move with the frequency of fear or to move with the frequency of worries and anxieties. These choices will always, always, always be available to us. And it's simply an experience. Yes, yes, yes. I know that these experiences of magic are a lot more enjoyable than the experiences of fear and the experiences of anxieties. However, to point out to you that at all times, these choices are available to us. And they are simply a choice and they are simply an experience. The more and more I begin to sit in the frequencies of guidance, the more that guidance is with me at all times, the more I am vibrating at that frequency of guidance. I am money. There is no money outside. That money that exists outside is completely a part of me as well. And then I begin to see myself in complete oneness with everyone there is. And if I'm seeing myself in oneness with everyone there is, who else is there as money? I am money. In that oneness space, when the guidance flows to me, from me, and I understand that it's just a frequency and it's my frequency. In this moment, it is my frequency. In this moment, I am money. No one else outside exists. And so we follow that, but we first honored the frequency. We then allowed the frequency. We accepted the frequency. We surrendered to the frequency. And when we surrender to a frequency, that frequency surrenders to us. To us, who us? I in the body. The universe surrenders to me through that frequency, to me in the body, and makes all of these experiences the manifestation of every now as I sit in that frequency. Every moment, your frequencies are charting the path for you. The next moment forward, the next moment forward. And this is the experience too, that when I sit in the frequency of money, when I continue to tap into the money frequency, who is money? I am money. And from there, from an outside frequency to the journey of complete acceptance of the self, and in that space, completely knowing that I am that guidance frequency, I am money in this now. That was all that we wanted to know about the frequency of money. Om money, on money, okay money, and then I am money. So this is what I write, and in each little phrase, when we sit in awareness, each phrase is a complete shift in itself. Each phrase brings you the awareness. When you write this phrase, when you repeat this phrase, when you say this phrase, each little phrase is a complete shift from one frequency to another, and finally completing the circle and bringing the entire universe in you, within you. Let's look at the chat to see if there is okay, let's see. Oh, no chat, no questions so far. So all right then, I will give a few more minutes. Does anybody have a question to ask? Does anybody wish to speak, to share any experiences? Yes, Hetal, let's talk to you.
Hi, Ma.
Yes.
So I have this question that insecurities do keep on creeping in me, and I can see that it is disturbing me a lot.
What is
So
disturbing you a lot? Sorry.
insecurities start coming in,
Yeah, sure.
so that disturbs me a lot, and
Of
then
course.
other fears and lot of other emotions then start coming inside me. How should I
Yes,
work with my
yes.
insecurities?
Well, insecurities is nothing, but you haven't understood this one line. It's just a frequency. You haven't understood this one line at all. To start off with, what am I feeling? Insecure. Insecure is just a fear frequency.
Yes.
Yeah. But then you haven't understood that it's just a frequency. How should I work with this? I have one very simple process, and it's called the candle process.
Yes.
Then what am I to answer with this?
But then that insecurities is something that which I wasn't, and now it starts coming in every smallest of things that
Yeah, every smallest thing it will come now. That's the experience. See, I say each frequency is just a frequency, and a frequency will bring its own experience.
and the moment
And
I
that's
release.
the experience. That when the fear frequency is tuned in, you will experience fear in everything. And that's the experience. A fear frequency will bring fear experiences. Something will happen on the outside which will create more of a feeling of fear in you.
Yes.
But what? But where is the question? I don't even see a question there. Because the only question that you would have to ask yourself is,
What am
what
I
am I
feeling?
feeling? But then you've got your finger on something or the other. Oh, I'm
Yes.
feeling insecure because of this, because of that. But 100 times, I also tell you to separate the actor, the event, from the frequency. But you are not doing it. If you don't separate the actor, if you don't separate the frequency, the two, oh, I am feeling fearful of this, and that. No. I'm feeling insecure of this, and that. No. You are feeling insecure because the frequency is of insecurity. You are feeling insecure because the frequency is of fear. Oh, so what do I have to do? Oh, I have to release my fear frequency. Why? Because it's just a frequency. But you haven't understood that phrase. That phrase, it is just a frequency. But no, you are not saying to yourself that. You are actually saying to yourself, oh my God, now I have an insecurity of this and the fear of that. And now I also have a fear of that, plus the fear of this. You are not putting your finger on the fear frequency. You are putting your finger on every story there is.
And the actors keep on coming and showing,
No,
keep
they
on
have
coming.
no choice, darling. No, I can't understand actors as why should they not come? Why should they not come? If your frequencies of fear and you've given them the role to show you your fears, they have no choice. They have to show you your frequency. That's their only job. Because you are sitting in the fear frequency and you haven't asked yourself the question, okay, what am I feeling now? Oh, but why are the actors coming? They have no choice. Why is the movie playing? Because the reel is on. Oh, but why are these people now creating this scene? Because the reel that you have put on is this movie. You haven't edited the reel. And the more you don't edit the reel, the more your finger is on the outside that, oh, that frequency, that frequency. There is no 20 frequencies of fear. It's one bucket. It's one bucket, which is, it's the frequency of fear. Oh, but now this one said this and that one said this. Yeah, every story is going to be from which machinery? What machinery are you running underneath it? That machinery can only be looked at when you ask yourself one question: what am I feeling? But no, you don't ask yourself that. You ask yourself, oh, but why is this actor showing me this? Oh, but now that, but why is that person doing that? Those are the questions you ask yourself. That's the game of unawareness. When you play in unawareness, whatever frequency you are sitting in, it will keep giving you those stories to enjoy. Really, those are the stories also that I've come as experiences. Now enjoy those experiences. Enjoy. Why? Because you are not asking yourself questions of awareness, rather not even questions of awareness. You're not asking yourself the question of awareness. You're asking yourself many other questions, which are all there in the question frequency, in the place of whatever. Why is this fellow showing me that? Now, what am I to do with this? How am I to clean that? How am I to clear that? One little tiny way of clearing everything. What am I feeling? And then to release that, I think only about 5,000, 10,000 times have you heard it. But no, you don't want to ask yourself that one question. Then, of course, you simply have the choice of sitting in fear and enjoying your fears. The finger goes out to actor. He's doing, I did the work on myself, but he's still showing me that frequency. Yeah, of course, only to show you that the work is not done. Your finger has again come out. When the finger will no longer come out, it will only be one question yet again. Okay, now that this fellow has shown me this, now what am I feeling? Now what am I feeling? Oh, I'm again feeling fear. Oh, I must have tuned into the frequency of fear again. Oh, I must be again tuned into that. So I must again have to release that. Oh, it's the big O with only this one understanding. एक ही काम करना है हर बार. अपने अंदर देखना है, अपनी फ्रीक्वेंसी को देखना है. अरे इट्स जस्ट अ फ्रीक्वेंसी. इतना कह के उसको रिलीज करना है. It takes about, I don't know, 5 seconds. That's all. And so if you tune back into it, oh my God, now more tuning. That's not the question. The only question, what do I have to do now with fear frequency? Release it. Release it. Okay. Let's talk to Nidhi.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, bacha.
I have some experiences to share. So it's been me and both the boys. We were out on a trip for like 20 days, and
Okay.
it was so much blessing everywhere.
How beautiful.
I mean, blessing in the sense anything you can consider wrong in unawareness happened, but it was so beautiful that everything, like every time I looked with it, it was like either blankness or I was just giggling. I mean, I can't even, you can get through my voice that I can't even explain that so much happened. Even when we started our trip, we landed, our luggage was damaged. And I'm just standing there looking at the luggage, and I have to go like 2 different countries after that. I'm like, it's okay, it's fine, we'll manage. And I took on this trip of adventure of taking only public transportation and hopping from one country to another in a bus. And I'm one person who doesn't know if the bus is going right, like it's coming or going. Like, I don't know. But Mani sent like this, my little Shiva, my son, all of a sudden he's all enthusiastic about public transportation and he's figuring it out for me. And he's like, Mommy, we have to go here. Mommy, we have to go there. And it was all blessed. And it was one day my older one fell sick, like terribly sick. But I kept looking within, like what's going on. It was either blankness or just like I was so calm. I knew, I was like, Vani, let's give it 1 hour. You'll be fine. And, within 1 hour, he was fine. I was like, we were moving out of the hotel. I step out and it was like a cloud burst right on top of my head. My bag gets drenched and it has our passports and everything. And I usually just just keep the passports in the bag. But that morning, I don't know what came to my mind. I just found like a Ziploc and I kept my passports in the Ziploc. Everything in my bag was wet except for our passports. I mean, you
So
can just,
fun.
and I was looking at myself and was like, Money, are you playing with me? And I saw, like, I've shared pictures of the butterflies from that trip. I
Yes,
saw
yes, yes.
butterflies everywhere. It was
How
like they
beautiful.
chasing us. They were chasing us. And, I mean, I can't even explain. Like, so much happened. And then the last thing that happened was we went to this elephant sanctuary. My son was playing with a baby elephant. And I don't know what he did to the baby elephant. The baby elephant whacked him hard, like right on his ribs, And I just looked, I was a little far from him. I looked at him and he just stood shut, like he couldn't react. And then he looked at me and he laughed and he said, Mommy, the elephant whacked me. And there was a guide with us and he panicked a little bit because my son is like 22 kgs and the elephant is like 1000 kgs. And one tight slap he got and he was like, Mommy, but I'll always remember this trip. I got whacked by an
So
elephant.
cute.
And
So
nothing, like,
funny.
we just rubbed his ribs for 2 minutes. We asked him, Are you able to breathe? Yes, I'm fine. And he went playing with the elephant again. So it was
So funny.
so beautiful, so much blessing. And the most beautiful part, looking within and just calmness. Like, I understand
How
when he
beautiful.
fell sick, I was like, it's his journey. He's his own Shiva. It's his own experience. I'm just going to sit here, be with him. We know how to chant. He knows how to chant. We know what to do. And it was beautiful, Ma. It was beautiful. Thank you so
How beautiful. How wonderful. And so, with this story, just even to talk about to the person previously, I think that was Hetal, to say that when you are looking within, it's not that the things are not going to go, not as per your expectations. They're going to be, life is going to happen every moment. But just looking within and being able to see within, which is what you're not doing. So can you see, in contrast to what you are going through, whereas actually nothing is going wrong outside with you right now, but you are able to sit in all of these energies of fear every moment. Whereas when actually things were going wrong with Nidhi, she was able to sit in the place of calmness. And from there, how much joy she has created for herself, that we are actually able to hear the joy in the voice as well. We are able to see the pure bliss that is coming. And it's not that everything went right, but then everything went right. Everything went exactly because it was supposed for her to keep taking a look within, and she managed to do that. And what emerges from all of that is just pure joy. And answers keep coming. But when you are sitting in the frequency of guidance, see, the answer already came and she didn't even give it a thought. It wasn't like consciously she was putting everything in a Ziploc that, no, this might happen. But the guidance already will take care of you. But if you're in the frequency of guidance, if you're in the frequency of fear, then fear experiences will be created. And that's how we manifest the next moment. But to understand that this is life, and so much of what we imagine about life never happens. But through our imagination, that might not happen. But through our fears, we've created a lot more of fear, and that will manifest in one way or another. That's the way the universe works. You've got all your insecurities and everything about this thing. Those things might never manifest. But what you're growing through all of your experiences of fear is fear in your energy field. And so fear has no other thing to do but to manifest. And you'll be like, why 5 other people are showing me these insecurities? Why now 28 other people are showing me these insecurities? Because it's your frequency. They have no choice. They have to show you all that you hold within you. So they're showing it. But when they're showing it now, what will you do? Well, look within. If you don't, then life is what it always has been. There's no shift. The choice that you're making is to not ask yourself that question. And it's completely fine to not ask yourself that question. But then don't complain when, whatever frequency you are in manifests a little more. That's how it's meant to play. Universe is not a thinking universe. It's a vibrating universe. It doesn't think, oh, poor Hetal, she's been through so much of fear. Now let's not give her fear. Whatever vibrations you hold in your energy field, when they come up, that's the story outside that will get created. And you are holding so many frequencies that you don't even know what all you're holding till it kind of starts to manifest and shows up. But when it has shown up, now what are you going to do? In this moment, what are you going to create for yourself? Oh, I was trying to be good, but others came and said this. No, there is no others. There is only you. And there is only you which has to ask one question, simple question, to come to awareness. It's an easy game, but it's a game. And you have to keep playing it. You have to keep playing it. And that's how it works. Yeah. All right. So, and that's why I tell people, put an alarm for every 2 hours. You can't remember where you're sitting. All right. 2 hours later, the alarm will sound you off. Excuse me, are you being aware or unaware? Use technology. Okay. All right. Let's talk to Dipali.
So me,
Yes.
I have this actor who's like constantly in and out of my life. That's fine. But in the absence and in the presence, they create a lot of confusion.
Okay.
And while I keep releasing the confusion,
Yeah.
today I'm finally being asked to ask you कि इसके नीचे deeper क्या रह गया है?
Attachment देख लिया था?
हाँ, वो भी रिलीज कर दिया. अटैचमेंट कर लिया, खुद को मार डाला, उसको भी मार डाला, सब कर लिया. So, and actually this has been happening for the last few months.
Okay.
And
So
today it came to
So
me.
I will give you another example.
Ji.
Okay. That example is coming to speak. Okay. That example is coming to be given. So somebody came to me and they were very, very, very unhappy in their marriage. Very unhappy. Okay. And all fingers, all blames towards that other actor outside and everything. And I told them to look within. And they looked within and they said, okay, I've cleared everything. I've cleared all attachments. I've done this. Usko bhi maar dala, khud ko bhi maar dala. Kar liya sab kuch, Why is he still there? Why is he still there? Now shouldn't he go away? Because I've worked on everything. And I said, well, some trigger still remains, because otherwise, if he's there or not there, it wouldn't matter to you if the trigger is actually worked out. And now then it shouldn't matter to you that there is a presence over there and they are doing whatever they are doing. But why is he still in the house? And now, though, first she was told to not get a divorce done, but she was first, the story went a longer way. First, she didn't want the divorce. Okay. She didn't want the divorce. So she said to me, okay, I'm divorcing him in the energies, but that doesn't happen. Divorcing in the energies is from a place of attachment. So that didn't happen. But then she truly worked on herself and let go of all attachments, all expectations. And yet this expectation that, okay, now that I've worked on everything, now they should go. Even this expectation. Okay. Now they should not be here in my life anymore. Done. But that person didn't go. Then on paper, they even went ahead and got a divorce. That was as per guidance, and they went and got a divorce. And yet, that person went nowhere. That person was still around, still there, not moving. And then by now, the work was totally done. So she was like, okay, not moving, then not moving. But this is okay. I accept that, yeah, okay, this person is here and I'm there, I'm there and I'm supposed to see his face every day. But now the face doesn't trigger anymore. And then what happened? Now the same person who had held all of these roles of bitterness and resentment and anger and blame and shame and all of that stuff all the life has now become the source of peace and joy, has become the source of joy actually, because of the presence of a husband. Because of the presence of a husband, she is able to actually party party a lot more with a husband figure in place, and go to parties where otherwise she actually might not have been invited to, because those were all couple parties. And now there's a couple on the face of it, and the role of that person has now changed over the years, with that person only working on herself. And now that person gives her joy through this. So I was actually talking to them and, talking to her and saying, can you see now how beautiful is this, that you wanted them out of the life? Why is he still there? Why do I have to see his face again? And why not? And then even that presence was a trigger as to, when I have worked all on myself, I've done everything, what remains? Well, maybe the role reversal remains. But if that presence is still triggering you, your job remains.
Okay, me.
So
We'll look deeper.
The confusion itself release, the expectation that your work within should now take this person out of your life.
No, I'm okay with the presence or the absence. I just constantly not able to now figure कि constantly confusion क्यों create हो रहा है.
तो constantly confusion को release कर दो. Confusion is a frequency. Confusion is just a frequency, and then that person has become a trigger for putting you into confusion frequencies. But इसका confusion नहीं होगा, किसी और चीज का हो जाएगा. Tool बन गया है confusion की frequency. But that's not where you focus on. You don't focus on the person, you just simply focus on the frequency. Here the focus again went on this person is causing confusion. No. If this person wasn't there, suddenly you might be confused about, okay, where to live. Yeah.
Okay. Understood. Thank you.
Sounds familiar?
Thank you.
Like where to live, whether to do this or to do that, where to find an office, which location to be at. Yeah. Sounds familiar. Okay. So
Okay,
that's how the
thank you.
frequency plays. The frequency plays. It's got nothing to do with the person. And the person might be changing their role as we speak. But you are sitting in the confusion frequency. When you release that, you might be able to see. You might be able to see.
Okay, ji. Will do. Thank you, ji.
Wonderful. All right. Okay, then. Let's talk to Darshan. Let's talk to Darshan. Yeah, Darshan.
Can you share something more of butterfly, ma'am? मतलब स्टोरी वगैरह पता नहीं है, खाली मणि जी का प्रेजेंस पता है, बट जैसे आज आपने पूरा डिटेल बताया, बिकॉज बटरफ्लाई इज लिंक्ड टू मनी, सो एनीथिंग इफ यू कुड शेयर, आई डोंट नो.
Yeah, I've talked about this story many times, but maybe you missed it. I will speak about that story again. So right in the beginning, just as I said, I didn't know that money was even around. And then what happened? Well, money showed up. And then a few years passed by and there was no butterfly in the picture at that point in time. But one day, I was in Pune and I fell at a huge accident. I fell on my head on a road, like on the hard road, and I fell on the road headways. And every, when people saw me fall, when people heard me fall, they said, "Ye to mari." She is probably dead. They all ran to me expecting to see a pool of blood all around me. But and it was so funny in that particular moment, it was hilarious. Well, now when I look back, it was quite hilarious because I fell and I was standing to the side and watching my body fall. Like it was almost in slow motion that I stood by the side and I saw the body fall. And there's a body that fell. I'm standing to the side and watching this. And I felt pretty blank. Nothing happened. Except that a minute later, I was back in my body. And I saw myself now get up. And now as I got up, every part of my body was hurting. Every part of my body. So I had hit on my jaw, and I had hit on my eye and my ear, and I had fallen like that on the side. And everything was all, I could feel that there was probably blood inside, that I was going through internal bleeding, but outside bleeding, There was none. There was not at any point in time at this time. But people rushed to me, and then they looked at me and they saw that there was no blood. Then they were like, no, but there's got to be internal bleeding, so you have to go to the hospital. I suddenly received guidance to not go to the hospital, but directly go to the Mumbai house. Like I was in Pune right now, and I got this guidance to go to Mumbai right away. So I told them, I said, no, I'm not going to the hospital. I'm going directly to Mumbai. They tried to force me, but long story short, I just managed to get into the car and then come to Bombay. I came to Bombay, and through the entire place, my face is now starting to swell up. I fell on hard surface. I fell on the road, and my face is starting to swell up, and my eyes shutting out, and my ears are hurting. My jaw is hurting so badly. My shoulder, every part of my body is shaken up and hurting. It was a very, very hard fall. I come to the house and I open the door, and I have been away to Pune for 2 or 3 days. So the house has been shut. And suddenly, I walk into the house. I'm not even in a condition to sit. I just only want to sleep. But suddenly I get this thing in my head that I'm very hungry. I'm hungry. So I simply, in my think that, okay, I must eat something. I walk into the kitchen, and the kitchen is shut, totally shut. And there's nobody else in the house. In those days, there was nobody else who used to stay with me, not even the maids, they would come and go. And Sudhanshu was traveling. In those days, in that moment, I was the only one in the house. And I walk into the kitchen, and the kitchen has been shut for 3 days. But in the kitchen, right on the countertop, is sitting a butterfly. A large butterfly is sitting on the kitchen countertop. And I look at the butterfly and I'm like, Arey, for the past 3 days, the house has been shut, poor thing. I wonder where it came from. I wonder where it came in from, because the entire house is shut. And so, oh my God, poor thing, it must want to go out. And so I tiptoed to the butterfly, and the butterfly didn't fly. It didn't fly. It just continued to sit over there, and I caught the butterfly by the wings, and I want to free the poor thing because it's been sitting in the kitchen. There's nothing to eat, and I don't know what the poor thing has been doing. So I now open the kitchen window just slightly, and I push the butterfly out of the apartment, window. I push it out and दूर जाके ऐसे छोड़ दिया. And as I do that, and I bring my hand back again. As soon as I do that, I'm about to shut the window. It's only open this much. I haven't even opened. I don't even have the strength to open the full window. Just opened it slightly, put the butterfly out, and I'm coming back in, and the butterfly zook comes right back and sits on me. It sits on me. I'm still slow in my understanding. So I start to shake my kurta, okay, what is this? Why isn't it going? Why has it come back to me? So I'm shaking my kurta, trying to make it fly. Nope. I'm shaking my clothes. It's not moving. At this point in time, thoda sa batti khuli. And then I'm like, acha, guidance mein, okay, what is this? What do I need to know about this butterfly? And the noise, the sound, the voice comes saying, money. Money. And so I look at money and say, ki, what is it here for? Why is money here? And the answer comes, money has come to heal you. And I burst out laughing. I'm like, पहले तो गिरा दिया, और अब सहन नहीं हो रहा कि बेटी को इतनी चोट लग गई है, तो ठीक करने के लिए आ गए. So I'm sitting with this, I'm kind of laughing, and I'm saying, money ने गिरा दिया. I do know कि जो गिरे हैं, why would I even fall? If I fall, I understand that there is something for me to see in this story, that guidance will come and guidance will show me what it is to see in this story. But so far, I haven't received any answer. I've just fallen, picked myself up. Guidance said, go home. I've come home. At home, I find this butterfly. And now I am, I'm trying to put the butterfly out. But now this butterfly is here on my clothes. Now I go and sit in the living room. And khana pina to dur ki, but now I'm suddenly not hungry. I only had to go to the kitchen to be able to witness this. So I was told that I'm hungry, and I started to feel hungry. But now that the butterfly is here on my clothes, I'm no longer hungry. I go and sit in the living room. I sit in the living room and this butterfly is still sitting on me. And as the butterfly is sitting on me now, abhi to mere ko badmashi sooj rahi hai. Because now I'm like, acha, this is money. Okay. Now I'm trying to poke the butterfly with my nail. And I'm taking the nail right close to it. And then, in the WhatsApp group that I used to have in those days, I'm putting pictures that look what has happened over here. There's this butterfly that's sitting on me. And I got guidance. This is money. And now I'm trying to move this butterfly and it's not moving. So the butterfly, no matter what I did, I put my thumb over there, I put my finger over there, the butterfly stayed on me for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. It's a long, long time for a butterfly to be on me. And then after that, the butterfly flew. But it didn't fly anywhere. It was so amazing that from the drawing room to my bedroom, the passageway, that's where the butterfly flew to, and it stationed itself outside my bedroom. It stationed itself outside my bedroom. But after those 5 minutes, I was very tired and I went into the bedroom to sleep because, all of this, all of the face and everything was hurting, everything. And so I decided that, okay, fine, let me rest and tomorrow I will see what needs to be done. So I went off to sleep. Early in the morning, some doorbell rang and I got up. And when I opened the door, I just went, just got up from my sleep, went and opened the door, and it was my landlady. So my landlady was a part of that group, where because she had also done my workshop. So she was part of my WhatsApp group. And so when I put out pictures of the butterfly and saying that, I had an injury, I had a bad accident, she came in the morning to check on me, like, are you okay and everything? So I opened the door, sleepy, and she said, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I had an accident last night. She said, yeah, I saw in the group, and you said that you fell really badly. And I said, yeah, my face and everything, and eyes were hurting and ears were hurting. And she said, have you seen your face? And I said, no, I just got up with your doorbell. So she said, can you go look at your face? I went to look at my face and I expected it to be totally bruised and swollen up because that is what it was the last night. But guess what? Not a single sign on my face of any injury. The swellings had gone completely overnight. And I am somebody who bruises very badly and very easily. And if I bruise even a little bit, it almost takes a week for those bruises to go. And this was right on my face. This was on my eye. This was on my cheek, my ear, my everything. And there was zero sign of any bruises. And I came out and I'm like, I don't know. I can still feel that my eye has some, like there is something, the problem with my eye. I'm still feeling a little bit weak over here, but there's nothing on my face. It all got healed within the night. And that is how money showed up as the butterfly for the very first time. And then after that, oh my God, till that time, I had been living in that house already for almost 10 years or 11 years. I had never seen a butterfly in the house. And then I asked Mani, I said, how come? Like, now I'm seeing you every single day, every single day. The butterfly came. Every single day, the butterfly came and stationed itself in my living room where I was sitting. And I asked Mani, how come you didn't show up earlier? And Mani said, because earlier you wouldn't have recognized my presence. And now you're at a frequency where you can recognize my presence. So even as we begin to recognize the presence, and all of you people who are taking energy from Meenal, and I am Meenal, you get to see so many butterflies because you recognize the presence through that. And the more you expand your consciousness, then you get to see money in so many different ways, not just the butterfly. You're able to see him in so many places, in so many different ways. But we are limited by our limitedness, by the limitations of the body. And so the butterfly is the easiest way still for us to recognize the presence.
Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be the butterfly story and how it happened for the very first time, how beautifully that happened. Dipali, Javeri, what's up?
Hi, Ma.
Hello.
So wanted to share my Char Dham Yatra miracles.
Okay.
So started with when I decided to go. My cousins were like, "Chalo, chalo, ho jayega." I was sitting like, "Ki, how will I walk so much and this and that?" But on the back of my mind, I mean, Maniji was just saying, "Ki, kar lo, ho jayega, kar lo, ho jayega." I said, "ठीक है." I just wrote my name कि यहाँ तक होगा वहाँ ठीक है, no worries. I sat on surrender. And so beautifully, I was getting healed in 1 month. I could walk straight. My all the swellings of the leg was so beautifully healed. Everything was very much taken care of. And then I was like, "चलो कुछ तो हम चल लेंगे, बाकी संभाल लेंगे मणिपा." And first dham, I go to Yamunotri, and Yamunotri, he's making me like a prior day. They were saying that the Doli wala will only charge 4,000 and the horse wala will charge 2.5. So accordingly, I just took money 4,500. I just carried with myself, and then when I went out there down there, and they were charging 8,000 rupees. And he literally made me take the medicine along. कि अगर चलना पड़ा तो you just मतलब take the medicine. I said ठीक है. I took the medicine after getting down my like 8,000. I was not carrying them, and then I just asked in the guidance क्या करना है पा. So he's like कि चलो चल लेते हैं, तुम medicine ले लो. I took the medicine. He made me walk for 1 kilometer so beautifully. मतलब फिर in the end before 5 minutes, सांस चढ़ने लगी. मैंने बोला I was ready कि अगर कुछ भी होगा तो I will sit down and I'll just walk back. Whatever happens, well, for the best. एंड देन सांस चढ़ने लगी है सामने देयर इज वन हॉर्स और मैंने जब वहां नीचे हॉर्स करने गई ना तो देन इट वाज लाइक कि इस पे बैठूंगी तो यार कौन किसके ऊपर है वैसे लगेगा द हॉर्सेस वर सो थिन एंड दिस एंड दैट वाज सो मेनी जजमेंट्स आई केप्ट रिलीजिंग एंड डूइंग एवरीथिंग दैट आई हैड टू एंड देन देयर आई सी अ हॉर्स इतना बढ़िया हॉर्स आई मीन इतनी ब्यूटीफुली मतलब अब बोलते हैं कि चल इस पे बैठ जा ऐसा इस पे बैठ जाऊं पर मेरे को तो मतलब आई हैड टेकन अ बाधा आई हैड रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ सिटिंग ऑन अ एनिमल एंड ऑल दिस ब्रोक डाउन सो ब्यूटीफुली मतलब नहीं नहीं उसको मारेंगे तो ये करेंगे तो वो करेंगे तो एनीवेज कट डाउन सो देन आई जस्ट सेट ऑन इट एंड आई जस्ट टोल्ड दैट गाय प्लीज इसको मारना मत जहां तक ले चलेगा ठीक है आई एम फाइन विद इट तो ही इज लाइक कि इसको मारने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती दीदी मेरे पास तो लकड़ी ही नहीं है उसको हाथ लगाने के लिए wow so beautiful and then he just took me up and while coming down the roads were straight down like sitting on a horse you feel that अब तो गिर गए मतलब तो वहां पे every time when there used to be a straight road down I used to yell मतलब भैया उतार दो मुझे मैं चल के चली जाऊंगी and there comes a butterfly in front of me ऐसे within 10-15 seconds it just gets vanished मतलब he is just coming then saying that you be there where you are and you are taken care of और वो बच्चा भी इतना क्यूट था वो बोलता है नहीं नहीं दीदी आप बैठे रहो ये घोड़ा बहुत अच्छा है आपको कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं होएगा I said okay fine and so amazingly मतलब he took me down very carefully इतना प्यार से मतलब कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आई कुछ नहीं everything was so taken care then I went to Gangotri I was like पा अभी तो सच्ची में चलना है इतना तो 2-2.5 किलोमीटर तो मैं चल पाऊंगी so I'll try I said then I literally went there then everybody on the way back saying that बहुत लंबी line है you have to wait there for 2 hours I don't know how much and I went there was no one like within 10 minutes I was near the gate of the मतलब वो घबारे के पास and guess what that guy pujari there was one गंगा जी के चांदी के पैर वहां पे रखे हुए थे outside the mandir and nobody like everybody was going straight and that pandit ji opened the door for me and one of my friend with me कि आप यहाँ से चले जाओ nobody else only we two could go there touch the feet and do the darshan inside and then we were back home and then on the third that is Kedar okay so Kedar everybody सबका helicopter का हो गया था and my helicopter thing hadn't worked so I was sitting at peace के चलो मणि जी करवा देंगे जो भी करना है वो वहां पे डोली भी तो मिल जाती है let's see whatever happens for the best then I come to Sonali's house in Delhi and there I meet आर्मी ऑफिसर, एक्स आर्मी ऑफिसर, एंड पता नहीं ऐसे बैक ऑफ द माइंड कि शायद इन लोगों की कोई रेफरेंस कभी बहुत पहले मैंने किसी से सुना था, तो I just asked कि Sonali, if you can ask him if he can arrange a helicopter ride for me, and he's like, yes, I can do it, and he did it for 4 of us, and guess what, सबके helicopter helipads were, they have to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, had to drive down for 2.5 hours, and then they have to walk for 1.5 kilometers, and then the helipad comes. And my helipad I can see from my window. It was just 5 minutes away from my room. I was like, oh, thank you so much. मतलब इतने ही cute miracles has played out. And yeah, but then at 10:30 when we went, so that army officer, he completely forgot about our departure. And then we had to sit there for 4 hours. And everybody was going, like the 3 other people were going up and down. इतना sunny, इतनी भूख लगी हुई थी, और हमको केदार जाना था, तो we had worn thermal inside, and here it was a big sunny day. And 5-10 minutes when one lady started crying, so I got little up and down, but then I was like, नहीं, I'm taken care of. Because क्या हुआ कि then all of a sudden within 15 minutes the clouds came over and it started raining, and then she thought कि अब तो नहीं होगा हमारा केदार जाना, this that. I said नहीं, आप बैठो, सब हो जाएगा, don't worry. अच्छा, after 5-10 minutes one guy comes and says कि आपके सबका आपका हो गया है, Dipali Javeri, you will go in the next departure. I was like, okay, fine, no worries. They were like कि नहीं, तुम्हारे बिना कैसे जाएंगे, अगर तुम्हारा नहीं हुआ तो. I said, you all move, नहीं हुआ तो कल हो जाएगा. We are yet here for tomorrow. So you all just carry on. And guess what? When they must have landed there and the helipad came back, it was dark sunny again. मतलब पूरी climate इतनी beautifully change हो गई, and I could see everything from up, and amazing. And then at Badrinath,
Love.
I would say, and then after reaching Kedar, the mandir, he's not telling me to go inside the mandir. He's taking me behind that भीमशिला, वन पत्थर जो वो मंदिर को बचाने, मतलब वो जो जब पहाड़ आई थी तो वो मंदिर को बचाने के लिए वो पत्थर आके रुक गया था, एंड द वाटर यूज्ड टू फॉल फ्रॉम साइड. I was made to go there and sit there for 10 minutes and grab the energy there. And it was so amazing. Itni beautiful energy wahan pe. And like he's telling me to grab the energy of strength, grab the energy of strength. And I used to integrate that, and it was so beautiful, the vibrations and all were. And then next was Badrinath. Badrinath, everybody went ahead. Like generally also everybody used to go ahead, and I used to be alone walking, or jahan bhi hai, to I used to be alone. So Badrinath, everybody went ahead. 1 घंटे पहले I was resting because my back was aching a bit. तो मैंने बोला कि आप लोग जाओ, मैं फिर आती हूँ. तो रात को मैं अकेली चल रही थी, एंड द सिक्योरिटी गार्ड बिहाइंड मी एट द ब्रीच आस्किंग मी कि दीदी सब ठीक है ना, कुछ हेल्प चाहिए? ऐसे नहीं भैया सब ठीक है. एंड दैट ड्यूटी वाज गेटिंग चेंज्ड, सो वो लोग वहां पे एंट्रेंस पे जाके खड़े हो गए थे. And I just went there, and I just stood there, and that guy is सामने से telling me कि दीदी आप ये लेफ्ट साइड से चले जाओ, where the people are getting exit. And the line queue was like so long if I would have to go on the right. So उन्होंने बोला कि आप लेफ्ट साइड से चले जाओ, वहां पे जो भी सिक्योरिटी गार्ड है ना उनको बोलो मैंने आपको भेजा है. And I just went at the door of the mandir right in 10 minutes. और 10 मिनट में I reached there, and इतनी ease and grace के साथ दर्शन भी हो गया. I could stand in the mandir for 5-10 minutes. The next day afternoon we had to go that Saraswati mandir, which is 2.5 kilometers climbing. And मैंने बोला चलो अब तो ये last day है, चले जाएंगे चलते चलते. And I was walking, and I was like, it started raining, तो इतना sticky हो गया था वहां पे. And वो जो रेजिस्टेंस थी मैंस को टच करने की, सो ब्यूटिफुली ही ब्रोक दैट रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ माइन. लाइक एवरी अननोन पर्सन, जब स्टेप चढ़ना होता था तो आई हैड टू होल्ड, मतलब ऐसे पकड़ना नहीं, पर जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ सपोर्ट की इसको पकड़ के थोड़ा एक चढ़ जाऊंगी या उतर जाऊंगी, and he's telling me हर हर महादेव, Har Har Mahadev. He literally made me chant that, and all my resistance of touching men's or being next to them got broken so beautifully. Thank you, Ma, for this wonderful journey. I mean, and
So
all
beautiful.
throughout, from the first day to the last day, I was just singing one song. ये कहाँ आ गए हम, यूं ही साथ साथ चल के, तेरी
How
बाहों
beautiful.
में मणिपा, मेरे सारे गम बिखर के. It was totally amazing journey. Thank you
How
so much, ma'am.
wonderful. So lovely. Okay, now we will do no meditation today on this Saturday. Lots and lots of love to everybody. And thank you so much for all the beautiful
you.
experiences. Each experience tells us the story of ease and grace, whether it was Nidhi's or it was the story of Dipali's. It's all about the experiences of ease and, or it was my story of what money is and how he comes forward to give us, to bring us to ease and grace. So beautiful, the sharing of everybody. Lots of